Hey, how's it going guys? I'm Ryus and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope you have a good one. I spent mine just watching some anime and rolling around in my bed relaxing. So yeah, it was a good day. Anyway, for this week deck showcase, it's a bit special because I've been experimenting for about 2 weeks and now I finally think it's good enough to show you guys. So I'm not gonna babble for long and let's just jump into the deck rundown, shall we? This is it. I finally made Kodokushi usable in the current meta. Sure, this deck is supported heavily by the Nightfall Shigami, but he can shine by himself in late game. The goal of this deck is just to purely annoy your opponent by burning their cards and making their Shigami deal no damage, sticking erosion with them. And with Kodokushi level 2 form, we can pretty easily recover our health back to full every time we defeat a Shigami that has an erosion. If I had to say, this deck has two major weaknesses. Weakness number one is it is expensive as fuck. 6 SSR ain't cheap, my friend. And number two, this deck has no draw power at all. I mean, you can bring Kodokushi's level 1 form, but the opponent will know and will just snipe the moment you put it on. The main goal for this deck is to flex using Kodokushi's field. That's why we're bringing so many AoE damage cards. You can make this deck less flex and more consistent by using my previous Onmyoji deck as a reference. Anyways, here's the card priority list. You definitely want Kodokushi's field on your starting hand because that will be your main goal. Ushinotoki forms are also a priority, but you mostly want the level 2 because we only use the level 1 to ramp up the Nightfall in early game. And Sparrow Evolve is our second option for our Nightfall ramping. So if you didn't get either of Ushi's form, you can use the Evolve. And Maple Dance is great to slowly gain Nightfall while also damaging your opponent. For the situational choice, it is mostly our AoE spells and Kodokushi level 2 form. If you set up the board correctly, this form can easily recover your health back to 30. You can even use this form to assault and that will also work to recover your health. And for finisher, we only have 3 cards. Well, 4 if you also count Kodokushi's field. Ushi's Evolve will be our bitter summoner. Summoning a 10 attack doll every turn is not something your opponent can handle continuously. And it also targets 2 Shigami at level. And it also targets 2 Shigami at Nightfall 10. But it is weak to projectiles. Onmyoji Evolve is a 10 damage nuke and our Nightfall 10 ramp option. And for Sparrow Field, it will just pop out at the end phase to completely ruin your opponent's stay. As usual, because it's a meme deck, it's going to be expensive. But it is really fun seeing your opponent rage quit because how annoying this deck is. And a bit of spoiler for the next deck showcase, I'm still trying to make Oitsuki's SSR work, and once I make sure it works with at least 70% consistency, I'll definitely update you guys. But for now, let's move on with the replays. Our first matchup is up against Chin Itsumade with Mio as their new support. In this replay, I'll show you how annoying this deck is and how it can survive getting bombarded with projectile. Our hand is not looking too bad, but it could be better. And that Kodokushi's form is going to play a big role in our survival. And that Maple Amulet is going to be great for Chin. On our turn, we put a mark on their Mio with erosion so we can instant kill her when we get Kodokushi's life-stealing parasite. Then we deal 3 damage to their Chin with Maple Amulet. This way we can stop Chin's countdown. We don't mind getting hit because they can't deal much damage in early game. Then they switch Vulpes Spirit to the SSR. That is perfect, because when we kill her, they will feel the loss even more. Then they attack with Chin, knowing that she will die at the end phase, and Onmyoji will deal 1 projectile to them. On our turn, because we don't have Ushinotoki form, we level up Russet Sparrow for that Nightfall gain, then we just assault with him and pass. We want to bait them to attack so that we can snipe with our Night Crest. On their turn, they activate Shape Shifting, burning 1 card and getting 3 cards. Then they activate Seduction, healing 3 points, and Vampira will gain 1 attack and 1 shield. But they will pass. On our turn, we top deck Maple Dance. That is definitely a top tier top deck. because Territory Bozu has the limit of Nightfall 10, which means as long as we can attach Territory Bozu, we can smoothly gain Nightfall every turn. So this turn we're just stalling with Russet Sparrow and pass. On their turn, they activated a second shape-shifting, getting 4 cards this time, and they managed to snipe our Momiji. Damn, that was a good gamble, and they pass. On our turn, we evolve Kodokushi, then use Russet Sparrow as a blocker. We'll save the erosion for when Chin revive. On their turn, they will activate Feather Regrow, drawing a card, and slap 2 Fragile to us. Then they will smack a Golden Feather, dealing 4 damage, and finally activate Blood Strike, healing 3 damage, and almost killing our Sparrow. I think this is the perfect time to put on Soul Stealing Parasite, because we got another copy of it. And I decided to put another erosion on Vampira so that we can snipe her next turn to recover health. On their turn, they will evolve Chin, and that will not trigger her countdown because it just got nerfed, and that nerf hurt so bad. They activated 1 Golden Feather and Charming to debuff when we assault, and they will pass. On our turn, we top deck Life Stealing Parasite, so we immediately use it to kill Mio, gaining 2 health. Then we snipe their Vampira with Night Rest, and the extra damage will also kill their Itsumade. They actually brought Itsumade trigger card, but because she doesn't have any of her cards, they didn't get to draw. This turn, we recovered 6 health, almost back to full health. On their turn, they will evolve Chin once again, but they are too afraid to actually use her to attack. Not pushing for damage will be pretty fatal for them. On our turn, we activate Curse Waraninyo on Chin, then we punch it with Curse Piton to draw a card and burn the Chin card. We then assault to remove the debuff and pass. They are slowly and steadily losing their hands. On their turn, they will just pass again because they are probably scared of losing more of Chin's card. On our turn, I made a misplay because I activated Kodokushi's field first before activating the Curse Piton. The reason Ushinotoki Summon didn't burn cards is because the field turns all damage into erosion, so the doll did not register erosion as damage. So be careful when activating Kodokushi's field and you want to summon a doll. On their turn, they activate a second Charming, then evolve Vampira before passing. With that move, I'm pretty positive they have Vampira's lifesteal form. On our turn, we're going to ruin a bit of their plan. We activate Dance of Death, spreading Territory Bozu on their Shigami, then activate Scattered Maple. That will deal 2 damage AoE, but because we evolve Kodokushi, that 2 damage will turn into 3, and then we evolve Ushinotoki, targeting Mio just so we have a blocker. At the end phase, the field will kill everyone that has 0 attack. On their turn, they activate Blood Rage, dealing 7 damage straight to us, and now they are back to full health. Then they will activate Shield of Bats on our doll, that will force us to take that 12 damage straight to our life. That was really smart. At the end phase, their Chin blew up and we recover 6 health. That was actually a scary turn. Thankfully, we have our second life-stealing parasite to kill their Vampira, recovering another 6 health. After that, we use the summon to remove the debuff and pass. On their turn, of course, they will pass because they don't have anything. On our turn, we put Doll Master on Ushinotoki, then assault using the doll and pass. We will need to climb to Nightfall 10 soon, so we can annoy them even further. On their turn, they will pass. That was strange, but a free turn is a free turn. On our turn, we activate Proliferation on Mio because she has annoying combat cards. Then we just assault using the dolls and pass. On their turn, as we predicted, they did have Vampira's lifesteal form. Then they activate First Embrace on herself before attacking. That allows them to heal for 8 points instead of 4. Wow, they are bringing a lot of tech cards. Not sure if they are a genius or just don't have enough cards. At the start of our turn, Ushi will summon the Stun Waraninyo and stun their Vampira. Well, I'm not sure we can take their Vampira attacks and projectiles, so we evolve Momiji, then snipe their Mio with our last Night Rest, gaining 6 health. On their turn, they will activate their last Feather Regrow, inflicting 13 Fragile, then smack us with a Golden Feather, dealing a whopping 15 damage. And they will pass. I am so glad I healed. At the start of our turn, Ushi will summon another stun Waraningyo, this time stunning their Itsumade, and with that, we reach Nightfall time. We need to push damage first this turn, so we attack with the doll first, then activate Morning Bird, recovering 5 health, and at the end phase, Sparrow's Field will fly away from our deck and killing their chin. And Momiji will also fire off her 10 projectiles, leaving them with 6 health left. We are so close to winning this. On their turn, they will evolve Vampira again, just enough to kill our Sparrow and healing for 6 damage and pass. At the start of our turn, Ushi summoned a Cursed Waraningyo and burned Itsumade and Vampira's card. Luckily, the field will kill their Vampira, so we have a clear way to smack them with a 10 damage and pass. On their turn, they still haven't given up, so they will evolve Mio, removing our doll, and then activate Tail Slash, dealing 6 damage, destroying our field, and they will pass. Well, at this point we just have to stall a little bit more. That doll hitting Itsumade was a good move, so we are going to use Kodokushi to kill their Mio, and heal. At the end phase, our second copy of the Sparrow Field pops out, and they will surrender. Well, that was a really long battle, but the second one is going to be a lot shorter. We are facing against Aggro Green with Kango for some odd reason. If they want full aggro, Yotohime would be a better choice, but hey, who am I to judge other people's deck building skills? This time we literally got the perfect hand. This hand is the GOAT! On our turn, we want to mark their attacker with erosion, so we assault with Kodokushi, then put Doll Maker on Ushi. And she should be safe because their only snipe option is Joruri. On their turn, they will attack again with Joruri, adding more erosion to her and pass. It's interesting that they want to sacrifice Joruri. That means they currently don't have any of her cards. On their turn, they will just do the same thing and pass. Are they waiting for level 2 to do a bunch of damage or just baiting us to kill their Joruri? Well, this one is kind of inevitable, so we put Maple Dance on Momiji, and at the end phase, she will fire off 1 projectile, killing the Joruri. On their turn, my prediction is correct. They will assault with Furi, then activate Windmill Thunderfire Shell, dealing 13 damage in 1 turn. Yeah, that combo is still slaps big time. But at the end phase, the Territory Bozu explode and will remove the clone. On our turn, we made a slight misplay. We should have switched to Doll Master before activating the Cursed Waraningyo. That way I can burn a card, but since I missed the chance, I will keep the form and pass. On their turn, our misplay will haunt us and they will link Ungaikyo's card, getting the level 2 form, then link another one, dealing 3 damage to our Momiji and pass. I guess they don't want to risk losing their attacker just yet. On our turn, we will switch form to Doll Master, then use the doll to deal 4 damage to them and pass. At the start of their turn, Kanko's countdown triggers and that will burn their Ungaikyo's card. They will evolve Kanko and somehow still have Ungaikyo's card and use it to snipe our Momiji. Then they actually assault, dealing 2 damage piercing. At the end phase, Furi will blow up. At the start of our turn, Ushi summons Stun Waraningyo and it will stun their Joruri. Then we switch to Curse Waraningyo and burns one of our cards. After that, we just use it to deal 3 damage and pass. On their turn, they will evolve Kanko again and pass. They are playing really weird. On our turn, we evolve Ushi and just smack them for another 8 damage and pass. On the turn, they will ram Joruri to the doll and pass. I think they have given up. On our turn, we will just evolve Momiji, then smack them with 9 damage. And at the end phase, Momiji will nuke the rest of their life. Well, that's all for today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments who should I do next, and if you want to support the channel, I have Patreon and Ko-Fi links down below. And as usual, if you have any kind of feedback, leave it down in the comments, and see you next video. Bye!